Welcome to Parents Corner, everybody. I am your friendly neighborhood Master Allen, and I am joined by my nephew,
Bennett.
And we are going to go through a drill today called punch, punch, block, block, duck.
Yes.
Now, the way we're going to build this drill is it starts as a simple hand pat drill where you start with punches, and then you start to add things to it to make it a little bit more complicated. And so Bennett's going to help me out. Okay, ready? So first, I'm going to get the pads on. Now, you can do this with just your hands. You can do this with a set of hand pads. You can do this with the really fancy, the boxing ones that sort of go on and have like the curve and all that kind of stuff. I'm demonstrating these with the simple hand pads because this is what we use most of the time with the kids in class, and this is what I use at home.
Yeah, but it's weird because we have karate stuff at our house.
Yes, we do. All right, so you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Come on up here. Good horse stance. Now, punch. Good. And notice Bennett's punching across his body. That's really important. So really start that. Punch, punch. Now block, block, and then duck. So that can be a lot. And so depending on what you practice so far, you can either jump right to the punch, punch, block, block, duck, or we can do it in steps. Okay? And so I'm going to show you guys doing it in steps and then putting it together slowly. And that can be a really good way to take a simple drill that maybe you only do for about 30 seconds to stretch it out for a couple of minutes. And so they get a little bit more practice, they get a little bit more exercise, and you guys make it something that's a little bit deeper.
Yes.
Okay? Ready? So we're just going to punch. When I hold it up, we're going to punch across. Ready? So Bennett's focused on making sure he's punching with the correct hand. Now, can you give me a good horse stance, please? That's not a good horse stance. So you got to fix your feet. You don't have to stand on that spot. There you go. Right.
Hi. Let me do this. Hi.
Okay, ready? Punch. 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 Back. There we go. So right now the part that we're focused on is making sure he's punching across so that he's punching with the correct hand. So when we work on the punches, that's the part we're working on. And then once we get a couple of those in a row and it's looking pretty good, and also when he's ready to move on, then we're just going to do blocks. So ready, Bennett? Block. So he's making sure he keeps the stance nice and strong. Make sure you get your knees in. Yeah, good strong stance. Good. And if you start to feel yourself going off balance, make sure your feet are pointed in the right direction. Make sure your knees are bent. There you go. See how much more powerful you are now? Look at that. Good. Okay. And then we're going to practice ducking. Now when you duck, you don't want to bend over. You want to squat down to keep your eyes up. So ready, Bennett? Stand back up for me. I want you to imagine that there's a little pointer right here, and you want to keep it pointed up towards the ceiling. Okay? So ready? When you duck, you got to keep it up pointed towards the ceiling. Ready? Duck. Very good. Back up. Duck. Back up. Got it. And now, we'll go over a little bit more about the mechanics for a good duck in another drill that we do called duck and jump. All right, ready? Duck. There you go. So pay attention. There you go. Ready? Stop bouncing with your belt. Ready? Duck. 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 And then you stand back up. And then you duck. And then you stand back up. And then you duck. And then you duck. Good job. Now we're going to weave these all together. Okay? And so, he's going to start a good strong stance. Yeah. Okay. Take this foot, put it there. Good. Now take that foot, move it over a little bit more. And now point both your feet forward. Now bend your knees. Good. Ready? Punch. Punch. Block. Block. Duck. Punch on the way up. Good. Punch. Block. Block. Duck. Now, there's a little bit of technique to using the pads, so they're not always going to duck to the same hook. Self-control. That's you got to be in your ready position. Okay. Now, so they're not always going to duck to the same hand. going to alternate, and what that means is they're going to practice leading with the right hand sometimes, and they're going to practice the sequence leading with the left hand sometimes. You ready? Here we go. Punch, punch, block, block, duck, punch, punch, block, block, duck, punch, punch, block, block, duck, punch. There you go. Good. Now, you'll notice as I do this, I'm doing one of the things that I told you not to do in the hand pad drills, which is to have your hand out in front of your face. When you're doing this one pretty quickly, if you get comfortable with it, then that rule becomes a little bit more flexible. But when you're starting out and when they're starting out, it's something you want to be really careful about doing. Because right there, just a second ago, Bennett punched it really, really solidly, and I almost got hit in the mouth. And the reason why I didn't is because I've done this a lot, and I know how to make sure that that doesn't happen when I put myself in a less safe situation. But as you're going through the process, make sure you're protecting yourself. Make sure you're protecting them. All right, ready? Take your space. We're going to do 2 more sets through. Ready? Punch, punch, block, block, duck, punch, punch, block, block, duck, punch, punch, block, block. Excellent. All right. So that is a quick introduction on punch, punch, block, block, duck.
Let me tell you something.
What are you going to tell us?
From that.
Okay.
When you notice if you like do that to the pattern, the duck, that's doesn't make really sense.
Right. It doesn't make a lot of sense to punch when you're supposed to duck. That is true. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll see you again at Parents Corner really soon.
I love you, JoJo family.
Let's do it again next time.
Hi.
Not yet. I'm going to. Alright? Can you say your name without being silly? Okay, then you can say your name when it's time, okay?